now it's been dehydrated a little bit. It's been a few hours, and now I can go back and do a little more smoothing on it. Find where the no is on this left hand side, and the no on the right hand side. Under his chin. Not worried about the body too much yet. Work on those cheekbones and the cheeks and underneath the chin, and just kind of burnish it. It's still got a lot of water in it, but this will smooth it more. Find the mouth again. You could use your tuck tool burnisher if you have one. Most of these tools you see me use in this project lesson come in the pipe kit, the deluxe pipe kit. And that's one you should try. If you haven't tried that one, you'll get a little more. It's probably one you should do before this because you get all the tools, but it's just another project lesson where you learn some things that you don't see me do here. And you can see that this face is really starting to look like a face now. Now I've dried it more overnight using that dental burnisher to pick out his nostrils, and I can also use it in his eyes to show that round part of the eye. You can see it's still pretty wet. I re-wet it, and it softens up again, and I can move things around a little bit. It's amazing how much latitude you have underneath with that softer paper was part of the original starter cast, getting some moisture in it so it can be pushed a little bit and formed. Pushed in, you can make a lot of adjustments. There is what I'm talking about with the end of that dental burnisher, finding that iris. And I'll work a little more on the neck here. Fold the paper, roll it. Now this is going to be the back of the ear, and you notice these ears I've trimmed out a little bit, so there's a hole there, and I bend it so the lobe will come out a little bit, and I add bonding agent to the ear and to the back side of the ear. And this is a time where you really want to look at it. You want to make sure those ears are in the right place and they're kind of even on both sides. You can see I've put the one on and then the other, and I'm looking at them both using that tuck tool burnisher to kind of pushing the paper against the ear, bringing it out a little bit. There you can see I got both ears on, trying to get them looking right, and you can move them around a little bit. Lots of adjustments. I'm showing you this. You might not even put the ears on. I think you should. I think you need that practice, but You can put it, we put hair over it, you might not even see the ears, but if you do, they're there. And if you can look through there and there's a place where an ear should be and the ear is not there, and you see that through the hair, and uh-oh. And because we work in detail and we cover detail with detail, you don't always know what's going to show and what's not going to show, and you really don't want to disappoint anyone. No one-eared Indians. Indians, sometimes they took ears as well as scalps and fingers and things like that. Probably don't want to hear that, but they did that. They took them as trophies. Foot, a hand. It is part of the culture. Way to disable their victim. So when they go into working on the dry face now. And when they go in the afterlife, they go in the afterlife that way. At least that's what they believe. So I'm wetting this face now, and it's really dried a lot. But you'll want to do that. You'll want to wet it, dry it, work on it, and this is the way you let it soak in a little bit, and then you can go back and use a burnisher and start smoothing, because what happens now is it softens up on the surface, and you can smooth it. And I'm using my big awl to poke through, find those nose holes, and I went all the way through. And I can put some paper in there if I want to, and I probably will. But your nose holes go up into your sinus cavities, so that's what I did with him. And you can, when it's drier like this, you can really do some chasing and moving. You can actually move this paper around a little bit, because it's still a little soft underneath, and you can get a lot of forming done when it's harder on the surface and then softer underneath. You can really get some nice features done on the face. And tear little bits off paper and fill in where you want and chase it on. I'm spending more time on the face than anything else, because I think that's what we're trying to show here, how you can sculpt a face. And the same thing could be done with a woman. And we're going to do some final chasing and burnishing here, but we sell these starter casts all the way up to life size, and men and women, children if you want to try a child. This is a third life size starter cast. We gave you a lot of different choices on paper in that kit to decide what you want to use. But the final sculpting and burnishing, I like to use the thinner sheets, especially on the face. This is a little thicker sheets on the neck here, and I'm sculpting and burnishing. And you notice it's a lot of drying, a lot of going back and working on it. Sometimes you can let it dry overnight. I usually finish a face in about 2 to 3 days.